A prostitution den in Lahore has arrested 20 14-year-old girls. How much money did a girl take to commit this wrong act? All the secrets have been revealed. I was a journalist, and every time some news would reach me, and I would immediately reach the place with my team and camera and report there. But this time, the news that reached me was really heartbreaking news, after hearing which I myself was in a state of shock for a long time that could this even happen. I had heard that innocent young girls are being treated cruelly. They are lured to a pornographic place and made to do wrong things. But this was the first time I had heard that young girls themselves go to such a pornographic place of their own free will and choice. It was not easy for me to believe this in any way, right? Innocent girls, that too only 13 to 15 years old? A journalist friend of mine who was with me was also handling this case. When he told me the summary of the case, my mind was not ready to believe it at all. I immediately shook my head and silenced him. I said, "No, it is not possible. These are innocent girls. They have a raw mind. They will not even know about all these things. Surely they have been forced to do so. Something must have happened to these girls that they reached this point. After all, I myself was a father of sisters and daughters. How could I take such a big decision in an instant? I had come to know about this brothel. So soon we changed our appearance like ordinary people and went to this brothel as customers. We had made all our arrangements and thought about how to catch these sinners red-handed. We had regularly attached special cameras to our collars and cufflinks. I was surprised that if so many innocent girls had come, why was there no report about them? Anyway, that brothel was located in a dark part of Lahore. It looked like a village. It doesn't seem appropriate to mention the name of the village here. But looking at this village, no one could guess what kind of dirty game would start as soon as we left this village. At one point, I felt like we were on the wrong path. The situation there was completely normal. But as we continued through these streets, I saw a man standing at a distance. My friend signaled me. He had arranged everything. We got out of our car. We pretended to be customers. As soon as we got out of the car, he signaled us to stop at a distance. His every action was very curious, and we were recording each and every one of his actions in our campers. We slowly started following him. As we were going some distance ahead, when Verona came, he started walking with us step by step. After a formal greeting, he asked, "What kind of goods do you want? What brand do you like?" He was speaking in two meanings. My existence had been a jumble for a moment. It was also a woman who created it, but despite that, he was comparing the female body to a brand in goods. Anyway, we were on our duty at that time and had come to reveal the secret to these people. The next moment, my friend, chewing pan in his mouth, said, "The girls should be young, beautiful, and young. We don't demand anything more than that." The boy laughed, lit a cigarette, put it in his mouth, blew a puff of smoke into the air, and then said, "Brother, don't worry, we have all kinds of brands from 12 to 25 years old. Whatever you ask, he will be there. But the younger you are, the more money you will pay." We were listening to everything he said. He himself was not an old man, but a man of 35 to 40 years old who was making deals with us. After a while, we reached outside a house. He knocked on the door and we entered the house. It was completely dark outside. It was 12 o'clock at night. But as soon as we entered the house, the whole house was bathed in lights. It seemed as if there was a special splendor here. He took us to a room, made us sit on the sofa, offered us the necessary things, brought juice. But my friend and I refused to drink it. The rest of our team had slowly reached their respective places. We had completely surrounded the house, but so cleverly that they did not even notice. After a while, the person in charge of this house, or this brothel, came there. Sitting in front of us, he gestured to his eunuch-like boy who had come with him, who showed off his features and left. We were acting normal. I felt strangely uncomfortable even from the cigarette smoke, but at that time I was sitting there as if all this was normal for me. After a while, the eunuch returned, and as soon as he arrived, a row of girls entered the room. Their bright, flamboyant clothes, their semi-naked bodies, their bodies reflected in the thin clothes, had come forward in a row and stood there. About 8 girls were brought there, and I can say with certainty that the age of these 8 girls was between 12 and 17 years. These girls had their faces covered in full makeup. They were so prepared and had developed flexibility in their movements that it seemed as if they were not young innocent girls, but girls between 25 and 30 years old. I was looking at these girls in surprise. There were smiles on their faces. They were trying their best to make us fall in love with them with their expressions. But my whole being was trembling. I felt sorry for these innocent girls. The next moment, the man sitting there said, "Tell me which girl you want. Every girl has a different price." I was thinking that there would be some kind of helplessness in the girls' eyes. They would be crying, but they were all standing there, smiling happily. I got up from the sofa and started looking at the girls carefully. I was looking at the eyes of these girls. I did not see any helplessness or regret. When I walked to the owner of the place, the next moment I had caught the in-charge by the collar and slapped him hard on the face. As soon as I slapped him, my other friend had also stood up. Hearing the sound, he also caught the person coming from outside. There was a lot of chaos. Our team had taken over the entire base. We had already caught the in-charge there red-handed. Our team had jumped the walls and ran inside. All the girls present there started screaming, but our team started taking these girls safely from there. These girls were put in the car they brought with them. The in-charge there and his companions were starving. He did not know that this way his pornographic base would be raided and he would be caught. My patience had run out. I slapped him on the face several times there and then said, "Have you not felt any shame? You are a very vile person. You kidnap innocent girls and bring them here and then make them work as prostitutes." After hearing my words, the in-charge there said, "That is not the case. These girls came to me on their own, but I had already silenced them. They were caught from there and handed over to the police. The police were to interrogate these girls as well. But since the police officer was also my friend, I told him, 'You take care of the rest of the matters, while I will do all the questioning and answering myself before these girls. I don't know where those girls came from.' I wanted to talk to these girls once again. As soon as I moved towards the car in which we had put these girls, I heard the sounds of these girls screaming. She came with us and was misbehaving with the ladies. She was trying to free herself from them. Someone was biting a girl's hand, while someone was trying hard to free herself, saying, 'Let us go. Who are you to catch us? We are the masters of our own will. Who gave you permission to show your rule over us? We came here of our own free will.' I could hear smoke coming out of my ears. Despite being rescued, these girls were saying that they had walked all the way here themselves. The girls were scared to see me because they had seen my anger there a while ago. The car had brought these girls to my house. They were around 20 girls who were very young. The rest of the women were professionals. They were immediately thrown into jail from there. I did not want to keep these innocent girls in custody at that time. I wanted to get them safely out of this case and take them to their homes as soon as possible, so that their parents would not be disgraced, and these girls could also get out of this quagmire. Because I knew very well what respect a woman has. I had invited these 20 girls to my house and asked the maid who worked in my house to fix their appearance and bring them normal clothes. When I entered the room, those 20 girls were sitting in fear, holding each other's hands and looking at each other's faces. Seeing them so worried, I cleared my throat and said, "Look, there is no need to worry. You are in safe hands now. No one can harm you. Very soon your families will be found and you will be sent to them." I was just saying this when one of the girls crying said, "First, we came out of the swamp and returned to this life with great difficulty. And now because of you, we will have to live the same painful life again. After all, who told you to throw us out of there? We had just started living our lives and fulfilling our desires. But you came and destroyed everything. When we are saying that we were there of our own free will, who gave you the right to snatch our happiness from us? You are big people. You drive around in big cars. You eat good food. You have money, wealth, everything. So enjoy your life. Why are you after us?" Seeing her, the other girls also started saying the same thing. The girl who was talking was 14 years old and was wiping her tears and cursing me. I took a deep breath and picked up a chair and sat in front of her. I started to think that my friend's words were true now. I said, "I heard that you all came here of your own free will. Is this true?" All the girls present there nodded their heads in agreement and said, "Yes, absolutely. No one kidnapped us or forced us. Rather, we walked here of our own free will." My next question was, "You are innocent girls. How old are you?" Some girls said that I am 13 years old. Some said that I am 14 years old. Some said that I will be 15 years old next month. Some said that when I came here, I was 14 years old. Now I am 16 years old. The youngest girl there was 13 years old, while the eldest was 17 years old. And I was looking at these girls in amazement who had grown up before their age. I asked everyone the same question. How did you people reach this far? Why did you people come here? Do you people crave respect? Who attracted you people to this direction? After listening to me, a girl present there started telling her story and said that I was only 10 years old when my mother died and my father got married again. After the second wife came, he would not even talk to me or look away. When I returned home from work, I would spend time with my wife, and as soon as she left, my stepmother would be very cruel to me. I was neither given money nor my needs were met. If I asked my father for money, she would also scold me and send me away. My friends would make fun of me. Seeing me wearing old clothes, she would mock me. I could not bear all this. One day I was sitting like this and watching a movie in which a girl adopts this method to fulfill all her desires. She makes friends with boys. I also decided that since my father does not care about me, my mother is dead. Since I have no one in this house, then I will also fulfill my needs this way now. Thinking this, I started getting ready. I would leave the house on the pretext of tuition and get ready and walk on the streets with my friends. At that moment, one of my friends told me about this place. I was not happy at all. People consider it a compulsion, but I came here happily. After coming here, I sold my dignity for several thousand rupees, and now after coming here, I get so much money that I can fulfill my every wish. But you came and ended everything. The more I was surprised by this girl's words, the less I was surprised. The girl, suffering from the negligence of her parents, started on this wrong path after watching the movie. This was the raw mind of this girl, on whom this movie had such an impact. When I addressed the other girl, she said that I belonged to a good family. I did not lack money or anything else. Our family was very noble and good people. I was also like them. But then, over time, I asked my father to buy me a mobile phone. Using the internet on my mobile phone was a common thing. At first, I used the internet only for studies and entertainment, but gradually my attention started to wander towards wrong content. After that, I got so carried away that it became difficult for me to go back. I started making friends with boys. When my father found out about this, he beat me a lot and even said that he would take away all my necessities and stop my studies. Fearing his restrictions, I ran away from home and came to this base. While living there, I have changed my name and appearance. I have continued my studies. I also work as a prostitute and indulge in luxury. There is no one to stop me here. Above all, there is peace here, which I could not find in my home. I took a deep breath and listened to this girl. After that, the third girl, who was 17 years old, said, I was very poor. I belonged to the Pathan tribe. My father used to sell rice on a cart, but it was very difficult to survive. Every day I was given the same dry bread and water with salt and pepper added. I was not allowed to eat it. I often insisted on my mother that I wanted to eat meat and wear new clothes. But my mother would scold me and make me shut up. One day when I insisted on my mother that I could not eat dry bread, how bad the flour is, it smells bad. You brought chicken for me, and today I have to eat chicken curry. Hearing my words, Amma burst into anger and started beating herself up and said, Go and sell me. Eat the chicken with the money you get after selling it. Hearing Amma's words, I was about to burst into tears and said, What's the need to send you? I will sell myself and fulfill my needs. That night, Amma beat me a lot. When Abba came home exhausted, Amma told him too. He beat me a lot. Abba said, I will get her married. I don't want my honor to be tarnished. But I ran away from Abba's small hut as soon as I saw the opportunity. Then, as soon as I reached here, where my beauty was valued, I left my poverty behind and came to Abba's house. And you, sir, say that you will send me back to my parents. I will die, but I will not go back to my parents. Anyway, they will kill us when they see us. The stories of these girls were revealing many things to me. There were 20 girls there too, and each girl had her own story. They were all telling me their own stories, and I was listening silently. The real reason behind all these things was the negligence of the parents. Nowadays, parents get so engrossed in their daily work that they stop paying attention to their children. The world is moving so fast that everyone is just busy earning money. They don't even know what their children are doing or what their needs are. If the parents had spent some time of their day with these girls, perhaps these girls would not have reached this point. Some came here because of poverty and some because of their parents' negligence. Many of the girls who were here were there only because they had mobile phones. Seeing the pornographic content on their mobile phones and the friendships between boys and girls, they went so far that they were here today. For them, money was everything, and they were ready to go to any extent for money. After telling their story, those girls started crying. They folded their hands in front of me while crying and said, "Even if you put us in jail, kill us, but don't send us back to our homes. We won't be able to bear all that torture again. Our families will kill us when they see us. We know we have made a mistake, but now there is no time left to apologize." One of the girls was crying and said all this. Seeing her, the other girls also started crying and said, "Sir, you had said that for a woman, for a girl, her honor is everything, but honor is only when she is respected. When the father and brother start beating us as soon as we come home and do not consider us anything other than useless things lying around in this house, then where do we continue to seek honor?" The girls were crying and pleading that do not let us go to our house. Even if we are left in Darul Aman, we will repent for our mistakes and start our lives anew. I listened to all these girls and came out of this room. My own mind was completely blown. How did these young girls reach this point? How did they decide to sell their bodies in their raw, innocent minds? How did such material reach them from where it was revealed to them that if they sell their bodies, they will get the money for it? The root of all the mischief was this mobile and the internet, which can be seen in the hands of children at a young age. The girls present were also like that, who had the internet but no guardian over them, and they had reached this point by experiencing the benefits of the internet as well as its disadvantages. Anyway, I checked the reports filed in the real names of the girls, whose cases had also been closed. I went to all the people's homes on the pretext of going and personally examined them, interviewed them, and asked the same question: if your girl was found today, how would you behave with her? Hearing this, they immediately got angry and said that we don't need her. We think she must be dead. Even if she comes back, we won't allow someone like her to live in our house. These were hasty and emotional decisions that ruin the lives of many girls today. God, keep an eye on your children and make your relationship with them so strong that your love alone is enough for them. As a journalist, I felt the seriousness of everything very carefully and thought that at the end of this story, I would like to give a message to all parents because this message is only for parents. Children don't know anything. Whatever path children follow, their parents are behind them. Sometimes the bitter attitude of their parents forces them to follow this path, and sometimes the negligence of their parents makes them in this situation. When a child is born, he does not know anything, and whatever he learns, he first learns from his parents, and then he starts learning from the surrounding environment. Slowly but gradually, today the environment around us does not mean as much as the effects of social media are becoming noticeable on children. In the present era, everyone is familiar with the internet and social networking websites, which are also a necessity of every home. If I shed light on the effects of social media on our Muslim society, then undoubtedly it has its own advantages and disadvantages. Thanks to social media, the world has become a global village today, and the number of users is gradually increasing. Now, from providing information to transmitting news, it has become very easy, provided that the user is truly conscious and tolerant. Moreover, acquiring knowledge, research, expressing opinions, and social matters have also become very easy. But with this, some disadvantages are also seen, such as misrepresentation, deceit, cybercrime, bullying, children not paying attention to their studies, lack of sleep, children not being interested in physical activities, domestic problems between husband and wife, etc. Earlier, to harass someone, it was necessary to meet them face to face. But now harassment and blackmail are done online. Then the negative effects of all these things on the youth are seen like diseases like suicide, humiliation, revenge, sexual misconduct. Despite the strict security measures, our personal information, photos, and videos can come out.